It is Tuesday, January 5th, 2021, and you are tuned into DIRTRACKR Daily. I'm Justin Fiedler. Today on the show, we take a first look at Chili Bowl prelim nights. We've got another full-time World of Outlaws late model driver. Paul Nienhiser is taking the wing off and more, so let's get into it. As we edge closer to the Chili Bowl, we saw the first look at prelim night lineups yesterday. You can see the full rundown of nights and drivers at chilibowl.com. If you click on entries at the top in the navigation, and then on the entry page towards the top of that page, then there are links to each of the prelim nights. So you can see the full rundown of drivers for all of those. These nights are not 100% set. They will kind of continue to evolve and change over the next week. So none of this is 100% set in stone, but it gives us at least some idea of who will be able to see each night leading into Saturday's big day of racing. Monday features guys like David Gravel, Chase Briscoe, Tyler Courtney, Tim McCready, Carson Macedo, and Cannon McIntosh. We'll see Kyle Larson, Zach Dahm, T-Mez, Shane Golubic, Corey Eliason, and Dazen Pursley on Tuesday. Wednesday features Ryan Newman, Sammy Swindell, Brad Sweet, PPM, Robert Dalby, Chase Elliott, Alex Bright, KTJ, Rico, and Gio Selzy. That Wednesday night is absolutely stacked. Thursday, we'll see Chase Stockin, Spencer Baston, Jason McDougall, Hafer Teep, Brady Bacon, Zeb Wise, Logan CV, Buddy Kofoid, and Christopher Bell. And then Friday is Justin Allgaier, Justin Grant, Tanner Thorson, Ricky Stenhouse Jr., Darren Pittman, Tucker Klassmeyer, Casey Kane, the Gardners, and Aaron Reitzel. With so much talent in the building all week, it kind of seems like every single night is packed, but that Wednesday night one just seems on a little bit higher level than some of the other nights. Teams start moving in on Saturday with Monday morning featuring practice for all teams. Hot laps for the opening prelim night on Monday start at 5 p.m. local time there in Tulsa. We'll continue to talk about the Chili Bowl all week as we get closer to racing. I'd like to kind of do a breakdown of the pool once that comes out so we can kind of take a look through all the different groups and things happening in the pool. And then also maybe talk about some picks and some predictions as well as we get closer. So plenty more Chili Bowl talk to come in the next couple of days. The full-time World of Outlaws late model series field grew by one more yesterday with the news that Brent Larson is returning for his fourth full-time season. As part of the announcement of his return to the series, the team also revealed a new primary sponsor in synthetic lubricant brand Modal. Larson will campaign rocket chassis powered by Vic Hill engines in 2021, and that'll start next week at Volusia Speedway Park on the 14th. The Minnesota driver has tracked championships at Cedar Lake, Gondik Law, and Red Cedar, but hasn't broken through for a win with the Outlaws yet. His best finish in the previous two seasons is fourth at Independence Motor Speedway back in 2019. He finished 10th in the series point standings in 2020. Larson joins Brandon Shepard, Ricky Weiss, Cade Dillard, Dennis Erb Jr., Darrell Lanigan, Chase Youngans, Boom Briggs, Ross Bales, Ryan Gustin, Tony Jackson Jr., and Ryan Scott as full-time drivers with the series. Again, we still don't know anything yet about Scott Bloomquist or Ashton Winger or any possible other newcomers at this point. Again, though, we're running out of time. The season opens January 14th. So today is January 5th, so we're effectively 9 days out now. So we'll see if any more announcements come in the coming days, but we're definitely getting down to it here. In a tweet late last night, it was revealed that Paul Nienhiser, a sprint car driver in the Midwest, will take the wing off and run the full USAC National Sprint Car season as a teammate to Chase Stockin with KO Motorsports this year. Nienhiser joined the team late in the season at Kokomo in 2020 to run both a winged car with the World of Outlaws and a non-winged car on the same night. He was one of two drivers to make both features on the night. Tyler Courtney was actually the other one. Earlier in the season in August, Nienhiser nearly swept a double-duty sprint car night when he took the MOA win and then finished second with the War Sprint Car Series at Tri-City in Illinois. Nienhiser was the 2019 MOA Sprint Car Series champion and has made 35 starts with the World of Outlaws in the previous 3 seasons. Running full-time without the wing with USAC will be no small task for him next season, but he'll be doing it with a really strong team. KO and Stockin were race winners in 2020 and finished third in the championship behind Brady Bacon and Chris Windham. There's actually just, as I start recording this, a story from USAC about the move as well if you want to read more about that. The cooperation of the NARC King of the West Sprint Cars and Sprint Car Challenge Tour out in California to not schedule races on top of each other will likely produce strong fields for each series, and we know one driver will attempt both full-time. Sean Becker has secured a 410 ride with Vertulo Motorsports for the King of the West races and will return to Monhoff Racing for the full slate of 360 Sprint Car Challenge Tour events. It will be Becker's first full season with King of the West since 2014. He finished third in the standings with the Sprint Car Challenge Tour back in 2019. There was no Sprint Car Challenge Challenge Tour schedule in 2020. No champion. Becker also owns track championships and a World of Outlaws win at Silver Dollar Speedway. It's such a good move for those series out there to cooperate, so some of those guys can go around and run multiple series. Those California fields, there's a lot of really good drivers out there, and it'd be great to see those guys be able to compete on both tours if they would like to, between the 360 and the 410. So nice of that to happen, and obviously already starting to see dividends with Becker announcing he's going to run both. It's been a few weeks since they last raced, but the iRacing World of Outlaws Sprint Car World Championship was back last night for round number 7 of 10. It's been a dogfight all season between Hayden Cardwell and Alex Bergeron for both wins and that championship. With Cardwell grabbing the points lead following round 6 last week at Weedsport. The two were battling for the lead late in that race when contact sent them both spinning, and that handed the win to Cameron Merriman. Bergeron entered last night 4 points behind Cardwell in the standings. The series competitors took on a new addition to the iRacing service last night in Cedar Lake Speedway. For the feature, it was Bergeron who started on the pole with James Edens to his outside. Cardwell actually started deep in the field in 18th after needing to transfer in from a B main. The entirety of the 35-lap main event was dominated by Bergeron out front. A few drivers took shots at him, including James Edens and Tyler Schell late before he crashed running second. In the end, though, it was Bergeron getting his 4th win of the year over James Edens, Colt Cabry, Cardwell, and Merriman. It was a nice rebound from Cardwell to get a top 5 result after starting in that 18th position, but it wasn't good enough for him to retain the points lead. So now after 7 rounds, Bergeron is back on top by 10 points heading to Kokomo next Monday night. Kendall Tucker, James Edens, and Tim Ryan rounded out the top 5 in the standings. Those 3, though, are more than 100 points back. It's going to take some pretty epic meltdowns and disasters for Cardwell and Bergeron to lose the title to one of those other guys in the top 5. The series returns next Monday night at 9 p.m. Eastern at Kokomo Speedway for round number 8. You can watch those live on Dirt Vision or the World of Outlaws Sprint Car Series Facebook page. The first races for a USAC division are now live in the DIRTRACKR.com analytics section. All 5 races from the 2020 Silver Crown season are in the database, and the full complement of pages and stats are available as well, driver pages and all the stat breakdowns. More races will be added soon, and this work will actually help me get the USAC midgets and sprint cars added to the site as well. Something I hadn't actually thought about before adding the Silver Crown series is the pavement races. So to make the results work properly and everything tie together nicely, I now have paved track pages for Lucas Oil Raceway and Salem Speedway in the track section of the site. So much for being all about dirt racing. My hope is to have more USAC results and stats added in the next week or so. The current race count in the analytics section is up to 473 between the 6 series. If you missed it yesterday, my new Conversations episode with Ryan Cricky is out now. Cricky manages his family's sprint car team in Australia, and we covered a lot of ground, including his time working in the States as a World of Outlaws crew member. Let me know what you think about that episode, and I may drop a second Conversations episode later in the week as a bonus, so stay tuned for that one. That's it for the show today. Hope everybody has a good Tuesday. You can find Dirt Tracker Daily on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Stitcher, or where you get podcasts. Please subscribe and leave a review. You can also watch the show every day on YouTube and Facebook. You can email the show at info@dirttracker.com, and you can follow along at facebook.com/dirttracker, twitter.com/dirttracker, instagram.com/dirttracker, and the website itself, dirttracker.com. You can follow me personally on Twitter at Justin_Fiedler. Thanks everybody for tuning in. We'll see you tomorrow for more Dirt Tracker Daily.